When you sit in a doctor's office, there's an unspoken rule. What happens in that room stays in that room. Your medical history, your diagnoses, and your prescriptions are kept entirely separate from your employer. For 8 million federal workers, retirees, and their families, that boundary is under active threat. The Office of Personnel Management, which essentially serves as the HR department for the federal government, recently issued a quiet directive. They are demanding that 65 different insurance companies hand over internal health reports for their members on a monthly basis. This diagram illustrates exactly what the agency wants to collect. They're asking for what is known as encounter data, a highly detailed sweep of information that includes specific diagnoses, doctor's notes, pharmacy claims, and the precise lengths of medical visits. Crucially, the OPM hasn't given insurers any instructions to redact personal information. Without a specific federal guideline to strip out names and dates of birth, these massive data sweeps will link directly back to the individuals, forming a highly identifiable profile. An employer obtaining a database of the unredacted medical secrets of millions of people raises immediate legal questions. It also forces us to ask what happens to that data once it enters a centralized government vault. To understand the insurer's resistance, we have to look at the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA. This legislation acts as a legal firewall designed explicitly to prevent employers from freely accessing your private health information without your consent. Even in the rare cases where data can be shared without consent, HIPAA enforces a minimum necessary rule. As seen here, entities are legally required to filter their data, sharing only the absolute bare minimum required for a specific, justified purpose. The OPM argues they need this granular medical data for routine cost oversight and to ensure the plans they offer remain competitive. Health policy experts point out that broad oversight does not justify vacuuming up unredacted patient files. Major health insurers are actively pushing back. Executives from CDS Health and the Association of Federal Health Organizations have submitted formal comments urging the agency to drop the proposal. Their warning is direct. Complying with such a vague and broad mandate would force insurance carriers to break federal privacy laws, opening them up to massive liability for mishandling private data. The administration is attempting to use routine bureaucratic cost analysis to bypass strict federal privacy laws, breaking the protective shield of millions. If the data is handed over, it all goes directly to the internal servers of the Office of Personnel Management. Health law experts are raising red flags about the agency's ability to actually safeguard this information, pointing to a catastrophic cybersecurity failure in 2015. This map visualizes the fallout from that breach, which was attributed to the Chinese government. The personal records of roughly 22 million Americans were stolen straight from the OPM's network. External hackers are only part of the problem. Policy experts are questioning how the administration driving this new mandate intends to use the database internally. Over the past year, the White House has executed haphazard mass layoffs of federal workers. Dozens of employees report they were specifically targeted for political retaliation because they didn't embrace the president's agenda. This creates a severe risk for employees who have sought medical care that the administration is actively trying to curb, such as access to abortion in states with restrictive bans or gender-affirming treatments. Placing highly granular, identifiable health data into a historically compromised system turns basic HR record-keeping into a potential tool for targeted political discipline. If this final rule goes into effect, the long-standing wall between employer oversight and individual health privacy will completely collapse for civil servants. Imagine knowing your employer has active, monthly access to the exact medications you take and the specific doctors you visit. It introduces an immediate chilling effect. Employees may choose to avoid seeking necessary reproductive care, mental health counseling, or gender-affirming treatments entirely, out of fear that their medical history will be scrutinized by the government. That fear carries weight when utilizing your basic health benefits could put you on a shortlist for workplace retaliation or the next round of mass layoffs. This mandate serves as a clear warning about the weaponization of data. If the government can legally strip medical anonymity from its own workforce, the foundational right to health privacy is in jeopardy for everyone.